Good morning from beautiful Bishop Lane Retreat Center in Rockford, Illinois. My name is Father Keith Romke, the pastor of Saints Peter and Paul, and I'm currently at this Great Catholic Parishes cohort, this workshop, this conference that we're doing with our parish that I know a lot of you have heard about that we're doing as a staff. It's been absolutely incredible. We had a full day of just being able to really just reflect on what our parish is, right? And there's 7 parishes here, and each of the parishes reflected on what their parish is, what we do really well, areas that maybe we're stuck in where the Lord might be asking us to, consider maybe doing things a little bit differently. Just like shaking things up, right? To have, of course, the same faith, the same love of our Lord, but to do it in a way that people will be able to receive just in a better way. Any organization, I think it's really helpful to be able to look and say, like, what are we doing well and what aren't we doing? Like, how can we truly be the best we can be to go from good to great? And one of the things that we were doing was looking at the past and to say, okay, what's really important to keep and what are we able to let go of? How are we taking care of our current needs? And then looking forward to planning for the future. And there was something that was said as they were talking about planning for the future. And I think it applies not just for our parish, but I think it can apply to our own lives in a big, big way. It was absolutely beautiful. And it said, the best way to, let me just make sure I get it right here. Where did it go? Here we go. The best way to predict the future is to create it. That makes so much sense, right? The best way to predict the future is to put the work in to create it, right? Rather than just sitting back, somebody will be like, gosh, what is my future self going to look like? What is my life going to look like 5 years down the road? God, I really hope it looks like this. I hope it doesn't look like that. Well, you know what the easiest way to predict where it's going to be? To say, if that's what I want, then what can I do with the Lord? And first, I'll take a step back and say it's important to pray and ask the Lord, what is your plan? Where do you want me? Because that's how we're going to have the most joy. And once we know what that plan is that the Lord wants for us, and we've prayed through it with Him, how do we make that happen? How can we, predict if it'll happen or not? Are we willing to do it? Are we willing to create it and make it happen? If you say, I know this is where the Lord wants me, 5 years from now, this is the project that He wants me on, this is where He wants me. Right? Great. The way that we can predict that that'll happen is by us making the choice to do something. Another thing that was said is, if you want something that you've never had before, you're probably going to have to be willing to do things that you've never done before. When it comes to our lives, we all want to grow with the Lord, right? That we all want to undergo conversion. Right? We want to see the fruit from conversion. Sometimes we don't want to have to do the work of it and let go of things. But if we want to see that growth, if we want to get to where the Lord is calling us, then we need to be willing to say, okay, yeah, I'm willing to change some things in my life. Final thing that I'll share that was said that I thought was really brilliant is sometimes we can be scared to change, right? Because we feel like, gosh, there's a risk involved in changing, right? A risk involved in saying yeah, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to try to change this area to hopefully, something better will come of it, right? That in the short term, it can seem risky to be willing to go through change. But long term, what's actually a greater risk is not changing, right? The greatest risk long term is saying, no, I'm not willing to change. I'm going to stay right where I'm at. The Lord wants to grow with you, right alongside you to help you grow, and you're sure that He'll be with you every single step of the way. So the best way to predict what your future is going to be, your future with the Lord, is to make it happen, right? Is to dive in and to create it. The Lord is with you. He's created your heart good. He's going to give you everything you need to journey with Him. So make the decision to say, who is it that the Lord wants you to be, and who do I want to be? And get out there. Do what you need to do to make it happen for your sake and the sake of your family, your friends, all the people around you that you'll impact. Have a great day, and God bless you.